Well, hello and welcome to Alex Plays Minecraft. This is episode 2. Obviously, if there's an episode 2, there was an episode 1. So you should go back and you should check it out before you watch this one. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm filling out the map. The whole idea here is I want to walk with the map in one of my hands, and I want to fill out at least this map. Part of that is because I want to see what kind of biomes are around. You know, you could really tell when you look at a map once it's complete what biomes are where. So I decided to go this way through the canopy. I did jump on the top for a bit there, and then I ended up down here. Found a swamp. There you go. I already found a swamp biome. So that means I can find slime when I need it. If I need it in small quantities, I could certainly find it here. Kept on going. Found a lava lake. Decided to make it obsidian. So, yeah, I just left it there because I didn't bring my diamond pick with, and you need that to mine obsidians. I kept on trucking ahead, kept on going. You know, the map is deceiving. I've fast forwarded a lot. It takes a while to get far away when you're zoomed out all the way on a map. And that's why you want to be prepared when you leave, because you don't want to get stuck in the dark super far away from where you live. And that's why I had to mine wood here, because I forgot, again, to bring a mattress with me. So I had happened upon some sheep, got some wool, and made a mattress. That's the thing. That's why I don't like going far from spawn without a map. But here we are. So I found some neat areas. There's a nice little waterfall there. Found some more sugarcane. Took a leap into the lake there. Did find some horses in the plains, which is common. The plains usually have horses, sheep, cows. It's very flat. There's usually a tree with a bee nest in it too. I did come across a couple of bee nests. I left them as they were. Figure I could always come across them later. I'm sure I'll be back. Found a nice little pumpkin patch here. Hey, free pumpkins. I mean, I'm not going to turn that down. Kept on moving. See, I finished the little line I had there, so I started making my way back. And look what I found. Found a village, and it's not that far from me. So I went and explored it. I found a chest here, a couple flowers in there. Not a whole lot of good loot, but hey, I was just excited I'd found a village so close. The thing about villages is that, especially ones this size, they're full of villagers. Now, ever since the update from, I don't know, a couple of years ago, who could know? Villagers are very, very useful. You can assign them a job, and there's so many different jobs, and you can trade with them for emerald. You can trade for them for anything, really. There's librarians that give you enchantment books. There's farmers that you can trade pumpkins to for emeralds, and you can take those emeralds and you can use them to trade for enchanted books. There are villagers you can assign to that will buy glass from you for emeralds. Literally glass. I can go and find a desert biome south of me, maybe on the map there. It's probably south. Cook it and then sell glass panes for like 2 emeralds a piece. They're so cheap, and I can get tons of emeralds. I can use those to get enchantment books. I can use those to get items. I can use them to make a crazy villager farm, which is what I plan to do at some point, because this one is so close. There's no big water bodies between me and it. I can get a villager, I can put him in a boat, and I can yeet that villager all the way back to me and make a little farm. So what I'm doing here is I'm protecting them. It may seem like I'm imprisoning them, and that's only because that's what I am doing. But I'm also doing it for their own good, because villagers have a tendency to walk around at night and get killed by zombies and by creepers and by skeletons with bows. So I was breaking all their staircases at night, because at night the villagers go to bed and they stay there until it's daytime, so it gives you plenty of time to do what you need to do. I went to bed also, woke up, and there were some dudes doing some dude stuff. Spider there. I could have killed him with a sword. I just felt like hitting him with arrows. So I took care of that. I marked it on the map there, as you can see, because I had brought a banner with me, so I remember exactly where it is. I don't even have to remember. I can just look at the map. And at this point, I was just kind of going back home as quickly as I could. Some cool landscape there. A little hole through a mountain there. A couple of floating chunks there. Yeah, I mean, I'm to be honest, this is a great world to spawn in. I was pretty excited. Swamp biome there, village real close. You got a mountain biome. You've got a taiga biome. I actually happened upon a birch biome, I think, here shortly. I don't remember where it was when I found it, but there's a birch biome. And 2 of these things, which I still don't know what they're called, but I found my first crying obsidian here. Again, I had not brought my diamond pick, but I found 2 gold hose. Gold hose are gold, and they are hose. A couple of gold blocks. I actually found one of those at the other one, too. I don't think I had that on the video. I caught it by accident. But I marked it because I wanted to come back for the crying obsidian. I hadn't gotten any yet, and I wanted to make sure I remembered where it was, so I marked it. Here's the birch biome that I found that I mentioned earlier. Got some birch because I love birch. I love especially the actual birch blocks. It's probably the nerdiest thing I've said all day. I'm good with it. So I headed home, and I had an inventory full of stuff. For the last 10 minutes, I'd been struggling trying to fit it all. So I headed back and threw it all in the chest, got it all organized. I had fire charges so I could make fireworks later if I wanted to. I had some sugar cane, gold, birch. So I was good to go on that. Reset my spawn point because I remembered, thankfully. And I started preparing to go to the Nether. I grabbed my obsidian, I grabbed some flint, I got rid of anything unnecessary, and I kind of was like, well, where should I put this? There's a little spot. And that was the decision-making process. Wasn't much more to it. I just kind of wanted to be close to the base in case I decided to make a portal room. You can use a nether to move. So every 1 block you move in the nether, I think, is 16 in the overworld. So I wanted it close by in case I decided to build a portal room where I could move back and forth very quickly. So I got it all evened out and started making this. I've seen some where they put a little water wall behind it in case you're on fire and you need to go through. I thought about that for a second, missed the portal there, and then decided, nah, I'm just going to go for it. Went back to double check supplies and then just jumped right in. So I kind of waited in suspense, and I noticed right away as soon as I came out, that's weird. The way the terrain was set up was weird. There was a lot more of the piglins, but these are different, and I know that they're different. They have baby piglins. There's a lot more of them. It looks like here from what I could see. You can see lava spawning in, so it's creating little rivers of it. When you first come in, you can see it happening. Most of the time, I don't do anything about that, and I just traverse around it. In this case, I decided, no, screw that. I am going to get it out of my way. And then I found these. These are little spots. You can mine them, and they will give you gold nuggets. You can trade the gold nuggets to these new pig people. God, I wish I could tell you I know what they're called. I don't. They're either piglins or I don't know. But you can trade them with them. And apparently there's strongholds where they are. You can tell I've done a lot of research. I've done the minimal amount of research. And part of that, again, is so I don't spoil myself. So here I know these are basalt. They're cool looking. I mined a couple. I mean, they basically look like coal, but giant blocks of, not coal, but giant blocks of burnt. Coal is burnt wood, right? I mean, you can consider that burnt wood. Whatever. So I mined some quartz, mainly just to get it and get that out of the way, and then decided to head back. The main mission here wasn't to do anything crazy. I didn't have a ton of good equipment on me. I just wanted to get my bearings in here, see what was nearby. If there was a fortress nearby, great. there wasn't. For me, the whole point of going to the Nether is to find a fortress, to find blazes, to get blaze powder, to go to the end. Um, that's the whole point of it for me. Now, this update might change that. But as it stands, you need blaze powder to make Eyes of Ender, and the Eyes of Ender get you into the end to fight the dragon. So yeah, that happened. He snuck up on me. I was not wearing headphones. It happens. And I also wasn't paying very good attention. I was wearing iron armor, so it didn't really do much to me anyway. I took care of his buddies. Toot sweet. But you can see that little logo there. That's a bad omen logo. And that's an effect. Luckily, I have cows, so I can collect milk with a bucket. Milk, for some reason in this game, removes any effect if you drink it. And the bad omen effect basically means that if you go to a village while it is on you, it will initiate a raid. And raids, when you're not prepared for them, can be devastating. They come in and they kill all your villagers, and that's not good. So here, I wasn't paying attention. And I fell. Could have been to my death, but it wasn't, thankfully. But that's what happens when you go on an adventure and you're not prepared. And I wasn't wearing headphones, so I wasn't prepared. Found this little cave here, found some iron. Kind of figured I was getting a little bit low, so I should probably do a little bit of mining. And, mines like this are easy. You just walk in, torch them up, you mine the iron that you find, and then you head on. But I kept finding little pockets of darkness, and I decided to keep on moving on. Found a creeper there. He was creeping all up in my creeping business. I was not a fan, and so I decided to give him the 3-1 slap. Kept moving down, found some bats, found another creeper. He decided to explode. That's his journey, so I guess that's where we are. But, yeah, kept mining, found some more iron, found some more coal. Just kept on going into this mine. As I was doing it, I thought, why? Why am I doing this? I don't need to risk this. I did end up staying there pretty much throughout the night. It was starting to get dark, so I laid down some stuff and reset my spawn. The next day, I finished the mine up, and then I continued on my little trek here to fill up a little bit more of the map. Found some donkeys. They looked at me. I kept accidentally trying to feed him sweet berries there, and he wasn't having it, so, I guess they don't eat sweet berries. But that makes me think maybe they do eat something. I haven't looked into it. But they probably do. Tried to get some chickens there. I was running out of food. I didn't prepare very good for this adventure. Usually I'll over-prepare, but at this point in the game, I wasn't terribly worried. So, yeah, filled up more of the map. Decided to come here with my diamond pick and just get all the crying obsidian that I could, which I think there was only 3 or 4 blocks of it. And I know that it's used to create a respawner in the Nether, if I remember right, which is a very different thing. It's a new thing in this new update. I also grabbed the moss blocks since, I don't know how rare they are in this version, but they're relatively rare. And if I want to use them, at least I don't have to come back to get them. So shouldn't have to come back here again. That's got to be my biggest pet peeve about swamps, trying to paddle through them. Lily pads, man. They just, you hit them and you slow down, you gotta speed back up. It's annoying. Anyway, so I went home. Pretty uneventful adventure. I went and got some iron and, saw some animals, but that was about it. Nothing too crazy. Decided to go back down and continue mining. I wanted to find more diamonds. I had enough for a pick before, but then that left me with only 1, so I wanted to get enough to get an enchantment table. So went down and kept doing my 1 block mining. Ended up coming back up because I needed to restock on some iron picks, and it was raining out, so I went out and I actually ended up looking around, and since I'm in this biome, I'm in a mountain biome, also right next to a taiga biome, I've got rain and snow. So I thought this was kind of a neat little thing. I came up to the top of the mountain and looked around a little bit. Yeah, I thought I got a couple of good pictures here. Moved over and got some sunset too. And then I decided to go right back down to mining. So I got back down here and started going. I decided to cut to the right here and headed off this direction. And it ended up working out pretty good. It wasn't very much longer, and I actually found some diamonds. So that worked out great. So what I did next is I mined out the whole area around it. That's what you want to do anytime you find diamonds like this when you're mining specifically for them. You don't want to risk mining out lava underneath them and losing all of them. So that's what I did, and I left them there so I could come back later with a fortune pick. Oh yeah, and then this random slime just decided to try and ruin my day. Actually, I ended up making my day because I got a bunch of slime balls out of it, which will be good for future contraptions I can make. I'm not really good at making contraptions or redstone or using redstone or doing anything with redstone that's even considered remotely creative or useful without looking up walkthroughs on how to use it. But I know that it's important to have sticky pistons, which you need slime balls for. So, but yeah, so you can see here, I don't know why, but I decided, I need to improve my farm area. Well, I do know why, because it was pathetic. So I started mining out, or digging out all this gravel, because there's so much of it. This whole mountain biome was full of it. I figured, well, may as well. I'm also getting flint, which is going to be good for making arrows. I don't have any intention of making a mob spawner. I don't think I'll need one, so I'll need flint. So I did that for a while, as you can see. It got dark. I just kept mining it and mining it and mining it. I had to end up going back and get shovels over and over again, and interspersed occasionally with feeding the chickens and trying to get them to populate some more. Also, same thing for the cow spawner. I don't think at this point it had even started dropping anything. I was just trying to fill it. I think you need 24 in there for it to even start working. So I was working on that here, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did for a good portion of time. I just I dug gravel, and I had the intention of bringing sugarcane over here, so I created just one little row. Came over here, removed the lights, took the sugarcane out. I at some point had stopped recording and completely forgot to start, so I did lose a little bit of footage there, but that's what it ended up looking like. And I don't know why I was out and about at night doing this. I could have just as easily ran in, but whatever. So that's what it ended up looking like. And I was going to put pumpkins on those squares, which I had already done. It is a pretty simple farm. I'm not doing anything fancy. I might not even end up staying here forever. I say that now, and I will probably never leave this spot. But, I didn't want to go too all out, spend a ton of time making something cool, and then just ending up not using it. So, but I do like to terraform, so that's what I'm doing here. Adding more dirt so I can add more farmland is also a part of it. So the reason I'm doing the water blocks like that is because every 4 blocks away from water, a water source block, or a water block actually just in general, or a block with water in it, will stay hydrated, so it works for crops. My math is probably not right on this. Like I said, not terribly worried about it. It's going to do what I need it to do, and that's kind of the whole point. So I spent a ton of time on this after finding the diamonds, just because I needed hay and I needed sugarcane to make books so I could start enchanting stuff soon. And I needed the hay for the cow so that I could get the leather to make the books to make the bookshelf so I could start enchanting. But that's going to bring our episode to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in next time.